Hello guys, so here we are today in San Francisco and we've just finished this bathroom a few weeks ago and I wanted to show some of the details essential on how we made this bathroom look modern, so you have to like modern, but how we made it modern, functional and also comfortable. So the first stage was to do demolition. And so that started from opening everything. And then when I say everything, we remove every piece of drywall from the floor to the ceiling with every walls. And every little nails we have, we remove it. And that gives us a fresh start. Of course, all of that is the deepest of the construction we get to, where we create a lot of dust. And we understand that people live in this house, they occupy this space, on the other side of the door. And so what we do to minimize the dust and keep their living space comfortable is by depressurizing the room. We open the window, we put a fan on the window, blowing air out, and that allows us to depressurize this room and having air coming from their living space through the little space at the bottom of the bathroom door and then blowing all of the dust out. That's one of the ways we minimize the dust and make sure that the people that are still living in the house doesn't feel like under a construction project. So we have one of the very important things is we want to make sure that the customer is very comfortable with the electrical conception, where it's easy to plug something and it also looks good. So we went with two different ways to plug, like a hairdryer for instance. We went from first option, the customer can plug it on the wall at the bottom of the vanity, at the top of the vanity, where those plugs are just like two round little dots. And I think they look very cute and a lot more elegant than the traditional big rectangular white plate that we normally have. And that's one way the customer, they can use they can plug their hairdryer for instance. The other way they can do it is through the electrical we installed in the vanity. So there's a strip plug solidly installed and they can leave charger for like razor charging, anything that needs to be charged overnight, they can charge that night and leave it plugged, close the doors, and then they hide the mess. And so now I want to talk about something very important. So it becomes very much a standard now to heat the floor of the bathrooms. And we've done that with a system that is called Schluter. It's a combination between heating floor and waterproofing. And our signature move on this bathroom has been to implemented the heated floor into the shower. And the whole idea is that when the customer is done taking a bath and wants to take a shower to rinse, they're gonna step first on the warm floor, and then we ensure that the floor in the shower is also warm. It would be very uncomfortable for the customer to be stepping from a warm floor to a cold floor. So what we have done, there's a bit more different than the traditional bathroom conception is for the waterproofing. And normally the waterproofing in most bathrooms goes through, there's a layer of tile, and then you have what we call a mortar bed of concrete. So it's usually allowing us to make something very flat, but we've taken care of the flatness through the framing. And so now that our floor is flat, we don't need this bed of mortar that is usually thick. The flow in this concept is that this mortar bed of concrete is usually 2-inch thick and absorbs a lot of water because the waterproofing is below that. We have worked with a vendor that is called Schluter. It's a German product and it's a waterproofing system that waterproof right below the tile. That means that there is only the tile absorbing moisture and allows for a quicker drying time. So it's very important for us to have the floor very even all around the bathroom so that our shower pan that is sloped with a curbless shower, when the shower pan comes up, at the seam of the shower pan, we are very even with the bathroom finish floor, and we don't have any step. And that's how important it is to get the floor level so that we don't have any issue during the tiling process. So tiling is key essential for design, and we understand that we want something that looks very minimalist if you have a modern design. And the first thing we've done is to get the tile seam with the drywall all coming at what we call a miter, and it's a 245-degree cut. 45-degree cut on the drywall and a 45-degree cut on the tile, and that allows for a seamless junction. When I stand here, I don't see drywall, I love it. When I stand right where you are, we don't see the tile if we are right here. We don't see the butt of the tile, and we don't have any aluminum profile that makes it very aggressive. So the point being is that this is very seamless, and we try to have this cool looking modern tile conception in between the drywall and the tile meeting together. Additionally, we have the drywall and the tile flush together, so you don't have this excess of build-up on the wall that is usually the tile going on the drywall and then the drywall recessed behind, which is also a dust collection point. That makes it a lot more modern than if we would do it the traditional way. And then last point being is the niche. We have a nice niche integrated in the center of the tile. It looks like it belongs there. It has been done on purpose right here. We've not done it like randomly. We use the pattern of the tile, make sure it's right centered. And then on top of it, the piece we've cut here, we didn't break it. We were make sure that we keep that piece and put it in the back of the niche. So then the grain starts on the tile that's on the wall and then continue in the niche. When the customers stand in the shower, they can see a flawless tile continuity that makes it very peaceful and a lot more enjoyable to look at. And then the side, they are also tiled. And all of that, again, with what we call the miter cut, with 45 cuts on each pieces of the tile, and having no aluminum profile all around the niche. This is very key essential for modern design, and I think it has been done successfully. So guys, one point I want to give you, bring some attention on with the tile is the linear drain we have installed in this shower. So here's the linear drain, and we've seen a lot of linear drain in the past done for the past 10 years, and I always have been bothered with like the aluminum profile you get on the edge or the ending on the middle of the shower pan. The way we've worked that out with our vendor is that we wanted something very linear with no aluminum edged, and most importantly, we wanted to have the linear drain from wall to glass. And I think that gives a nicer look and a lot more elegant and a lot lighter than having pieces cut on each side. And still, this is fully maintenance. We can remove that cover easily and maintenance the drain, clear everything. That on top of it brings us to have a very continuous tile design. So guys, last point I want to show is the shower glass. And this thing can sound very basic, but something I hate about shower glass is usually the aluminum framing around it or the metal clips. What I mean by that is that here we've done an installation where all along there is nothing that we can see is holding the glass. And the goal in here is that we want to make the glass look like it stands by itself. And that has been done from a U-channel integrated in the tile and a structural silicone holding the glass all together. All of that makes it very seamless and very modern in terms of design. Overall, this project was complex from the process of perspective to coordinate all the finishes and details together, but the result is very unique. And I think sometimes when you make projects challenging, they become fun. And that's what we had on this project, and the customer seems very happy, and that's what we want.